sorry.
live.
Look at my face.
Yeah,
Look at my face.
So her face was done by her daughter in a avant-garde,
She said,
uh,
"Mommy, it looks good." I was like,
very like like evil genius.
I like the stepmom, the
I
evil
would just
stepmom.
recommend a turtleneck with that next
Yeah.
time.
I have a
Oh, it is
turtleneck
a
on.
turtleneck. Okay, I didn't know it was a T-neck.
Yeah, because I look like why? Because it looks like evil stepmom. Like I need a bunch of dogs.
Evil something, I don't know. Maybe cats. Maybe a hairless cat.
Yeah, a hairless cat or one of those dogs,
Really?
those weird hairless dog things.
Oof. No, not one of those.
Yeah,
Dog.
this is my daughter.
How-
Listen, this is me playing. This is playtime. Hey, Sean, what's up?
Hey, we're live.
Hey,
We're live, I think, on everything.
Hey.
Let me double
Hey.
check. Hey.
hey,
It
Sean,
looks
what's
like
up?
Instagram.
Hey.
Yeah, it looks like Rumble. I'm not. And then the first time, I know why. Anyway, I know why it doesn't always work. It's a hyphen in my email signature. That's what jacks up.
How does it work on? Is it go on my Instagram or your Instagram? And it goes on my YouTube, right?
It goes on
We
your
already on
YouTube.
YouTube.
We could put it on your Instagram, I believe, as well.
Hey,
But
you need
the-
my sign in or something?
Right, and then the annoying thing is,
It's all annoying.
every time you go live on Instagram or Rumble, you have to generate a new key.
Oh,
Rumble gives you a new URL and a new key every time. Instagram is just a new key.
what's
But yeah,
that
we-
sound? Is that me? Oh, it stopped.
Yes, your evil
That was weird.
turtleneck.
That was weird. Hey, I was gonna do some regenerate. I was gonna do like live action. I'll turn red. I'll look like this, and I'll turn red.
And I think the makeup won't allow the red to come through.
You won't see it. You think? Maybe I could use.
I've been I took a hiatus from regenerating and I
Hey,
started
Nixie, you like it?
regenerating again.
Hey, Nixie, where did you find out we were going live? Did you get my email or did you just happen upon me? I'm so curious. I've given over power. I feel like free. This is when I have more time to play with my kid. I've given over like a lot of my stresses. It's amazing. I feel free and strange. You're like, I'm so happy.
That's a feeling I don't know.
YouTube let me know. Oh, nice. YouTube let you know. Sweet. Nixie. Nixie. This is my friend Sean who makes Regenerate, which I'm telling you like I'm telling you to try it to get GABA in your brain. And then you do it, you can look like me.
And loot. I make the loot. I got a fun letter
And
today.
from somebody that makes loot, that loves loot. Nixie, you would love his loot. Listen, I'm gonna go get it. I have to get it.
It'll get too sophisticated, that's for sure. But we were. Should we drop the vegan talk? Or?
No, you can shit talk vegans. I know you love it.
Well, it's just like all you have to Google is vegan cat. If you want
vegan what? What'd you say? Vegan cat.
Vegan cat, right? So like cats, if they're vegan, let's just say they don't thrive, okay? But there are some crazy vegans that have decided that their cats identify as a vegan as well, so they don't feed them meat. Let's just say that these cats don't look the healthiest. And
is a cat eating like cabbage or something? What?
I guess it's just whatever slop the vegans eat, they're feeding the cats. And let's just, like I said, let's just say the cats are not thriving. It's actually horrifying. Nobody Google it.
Nobody Google. It's terrible. It's like child abuse. It's pussy abuse. It's pussy abuse.
Yes, it is pussy abuse. Now, when I see like a vegan, I can kind of pick them out from a crowd. Well, first of all, they're not going to not let you know that they're a vegan.
Yeah. I'm a vegan!
Exactly. It's like, okay, And then I usually respond with, "I'm sorry to hear that." And then and that's not what they're expecting. I think they
No.
think by looking at me that I'm like, "Oh yeah, like you gaga, like vegans roll." Yeah, so I had a rider the other day, like within this week.
Nixie, you
It was
love him already. I know you would. I
it
know.
was a group of realtors, okay,
Oh no.
and they were here for a conference, of course.
This is his
And
loot, by the way.
yeah, hit the light.
Anyway.
Any rate, so within like 2 minutes of them being there, they were talking about how they just went and got ice cream. And I was like, oh, cool, where'd you guys go? And then they're like, this place, it's vegan, it's all vegan. And I said, I'm sorry to hear that. And then they just, right over their head, none of them got it. But throughout the ride, and when we returned from the ride, but the funny thing is, after her dropping little morsels about how she was vegan, and and any time I would say, I'm sorry to hear that. At the end, she was talking about like if I do private tours, and I'm like, of course I do private tours.
Do some
And then
private tours.
it'd be
What the
nice.
fuck is vegan ice cream? That's funny.
Right, exactly.
It's made of nuts.
Right, it's made of nut butter. And so she goes, it'd be nice because you kept talking about all the best steakhouses in town, but if I were to come back and do a private tour, I'd want it to be more vegan focused. And I was like, and she had like stringy, dry, brittle hair and a 4-second attention span. And she was so pale that I could see all of her veins.
So you asked her out? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
You didn't do that.
No, I didn't. But I mean, it was like plain as day that she was a vegan.
This one particular vegan that I was just talking to looks better than all the other ones, but she's doing all the minerals stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you
And I was like, you should teach a class on how not to be a crazy vegan.
yeah, no, if you have a lot of time and you can, no, you can do it. I'm not saying that
If you have a lot of time.
if you have a lot of time and you do traditional vegan dishes like beans and rice, traditional dishes, and also, I believe if you're of darker complexion, because honkies, we evolved not near the equator, and you know what doesn't grow 6 months out of the year and when you're in a cold climate away from the equator?
Food.
Food doesn't grow, but
Veggies.
animals are around.
You gotta
So
kill
for
some
half
rabbit.
the year, our ancestry.
You know
had to
what makes
rely
more
on
sense?
animals.
You know what makes the most sense is if we ate more rabbits. The problem is when you kill a rabbit, it screams like a little baby. People can't handle it.
And you gotta kill a lot of rabbits. You could kill one cow and be good for like, a whole season.
You could hug it and stuff. I learned a lot about the cows today, by the way. No, Sean is so funny and he's so dry. And also, Nixie, he makes loot. Okay, so just pause commercial for a second. Loot.life instead of .com because he's weird like that. Loot.life. It is a liquid CBD drink that, girl, I'm telling you. But
It's an cannabinoid blend.
it's a super fun, like sophisticated drink instead of drinking alcohol. But the key with this is this health benefits of this are outstanding. I took this for 7 months. I don't even take it religious anymore. I took it a little bit every day for 7 months. I got off of all pharma, and if I'm on the way to the hospital having an asthma attack, if you give me a sip of this, I will be better in less than 5 minutes.
It's an anti-inflammatory.
It's amazing. This is I'm gonna actually make a page. I hired somebody. I'm gonna make a page to basically say, if you love me, buy one of these and send it to me, and he'll know. Just buy this and send this to Angela Shelton. He's gonna know what you're talking about. So Nixie, he's a mastermind in the concoctions. And he owns Music City e-bikes in Nashville, which is where I stay when I go to Nashville. And he's got amazing e-bikes and does these tours, which is what he's talking about. So in August, we are doing that. We're going to do a drink it with my girl. I'm telling you. I'm gonna do a retreat, like a bike retreat. So I book you out.
Okay.
And so like that's my plan. Is I haven't picked the date yet because I have a concert and stuff. I want to see when I'm coming. Um, but then we can just book you out and then have you, you know, it's like 30 of us or something. What's your minimum?
30 is plenty. I mean, I have 45 bikes, but I mean, there's plenty of bikes to do.
Right, awesome. So fun. And then we just bike around Nashville and be super healthy and hang out with Jesus. Ride behind him like little ducks. I love following you around Nashville because it's like following Jesus around. But can we stop and get meat?
Oh yeah, we'll go to Martin's.
On my tour, I want to stop and get meat.
How good is Martin's?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Angela's a great human. Bravo. Thank you, Nixie. Hey, listen, Nixie, ignore my face. I mean, I know my daughter did a pretty good job. She's getting there. But I've been working on my body, mind, and spirit, like health, so that we could elevate and actually get out of all this trauma and actually merge together as community and change this world a little bit after the attacks we're under, both poisoning from everywhere, that stuff. So I've been focusing on being as healthy and like body, mind, spirit than I can get. And that's also when I met Sean. And Sean, I met him in 2020 and started learning about loot. He got me onto Regenerate. Regenerate is like gets you GABA in your brain really fast. This stuff is amazing. It's like your anti-anxiety. So if you're on anxiety meds, world's going to hell. No shit. World's going to hell. You need like this. We need to get this into people's hands, Nixie. Trust me. Trust me.
A lot of right the collective consciousness is very anxious right now.
Yeah.
So, and if you're receptive and empathic, it also, hits us as well. It's neurotransmitters are a big thing. GABA is 80% of your neurotransmitters, and it slows down the communication between your neurons. So, a lot of people are like, why would I want to slow down communication? Because you have a fire hose of information coming at you. You only have 2 hands and 2 feet. You can't.
I'm gonna have some loot.
You can't decipher what you need to be doing when you have a fire hose of information coming at you. So the GABA gets in between the neurons and slows down the transmission to something more manageable. And alcohol really depletes GABA. It's nobody talks about this, but quitting alcohol for a lot of people is a 2-year withdrawal period.
Oh shit! Is that what I have to look forward to?
Well, 2-year withdrawal period for daily drinkers.
Damn, I'm gonna find.
And that for everybody, but for a lot of people. And the more times you quit, and then do alcohol again, and quit and do alcohol again, generally the more prolonged the withdrawal is.
Oh shit! What's the withdrawal?
It's because your GABA and alcohol exert the same effect on the brain. So when you have alcohol or frequent alcohol, the brain is like, we don't need GABA, we've got alcohol. And then alcohol wrecks your gut microbiome, which is where a lot of GABA is transported and created. So it's a punch. And alcohol harms the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve, it plays a role in getting GABA into the brain. So it's just, it's a mess if you...
What if you hang out with boys on bikes and you drink beer? What do you have to do then?
You would want to regenerate. You'd want to get the GABA back in to the brain. Beer would be less harmful, I would imagine. Well, I mean, I would say try to do a beer that's not commercially made, so that it's not loaded with glyphosate and all of the terrible things.
Nice. I did hear that there's sacred beers and stuff. There's like all kinds of but I just put a link for you, Nixie. I just put a link on the in the chat to buy Regenerate. And if you use my code, I love Angela Shelton, you get some surprise stuff on there. I'm also going to put, where am I? I lost you. There you are. And I'm also going to put back, or not, but put in my link to my workshop that's on Saturday. Now, where are you? Because I'm doing is weed okay? Nixie says.
Well, so
Stop taking away everything.
no, well, so I think well, I hate the term weed because weed is a plant that has no medicinal value.
Oh,
That's
it has a
literally the
lot of.
definition of weed, and cannabis and hemp have a lot of medicinal value.
This is true.
I just think, I think that there's a lot of, there's a great case to be made for doing a lot of cannabis for a short period of time.
Did you hear that, Nix? There's a great case to be made for doing a lot
Do a
of
lot of
cannabis. That's what you
cannabis
just
for
said.
a short period of time. For a short period of
Like
time.
3 days, and you just get stoned
I
out. Is
mean,
that what you're talking about?
one, I think because
Or
it can put you into a state where you overthink, where you it just, you I think, and then if you do it in high doses, it's almost like a psychedelic trip in a lot of ways, and I just think it's
Kush.
I think that there's a lot of good there. You could build a case to do a lot of cannabis for a short period of time would be beneficial.
I can build that case.
Just like
You
you could
can build that case, right,
but
Nixie? You're
now,
like, I'm
but
gonna
now
build that
here's the
case.
problem. Here's the problem. Um, People that constantly use it, it's been proven to damage the brain. Proven to damage the brain.
Oh,
So, you know, every
you're
day,
dumb as hell.
everyday usage, because here's the thing, it's medicine. Like if you were to take Robitussin when you have a cough,
Right.
great. But if you take Robitussin every day
I'm
for
screwed.
30 years, you're gonna harm something. So and then but now here's the thing too, like if you want to talk about alcohol versus cannabis, it's a no-brainer. If you need something, do cannabis.
Do cannabis
Don't
is that?
do
Well,
alcohol.
Nixie just says she's screwed. She's dumb as hell.
Well, there's a guy, Dr. Amen actually, Dr. Amen, who has tons of brain scans, and he looked at chronic users of chronic, and
Of chronic. That's funny.
yeah, and the scans pretty conclusively show that it decreases blood flow in the brain. But you have to have what works for you. If you can't work without it, if you don't feel good without it, like you for example, you could build a case that heroin is safer than alcohol. Because it
Opium.
yeah, now not
Molly.
oxycontin, but you
Just
can
do
build a
anything.
case that heroin is safer than alcohol.
Just do anything but not alcohol. You're just like no alcohol.
Well, I mean, it's the number one cause of cancer is alcohol. It's the number one cause of fights and murders and a lot of terrible things. And so why is it that it's the government sanctioned drug for all of us?
To keep you sick and dumb and dangerous.
Because I mean, I don't care what anybody does, but I just want people to be aware of what they're doing. Just because it's the culturally accepted drug doesn't mean that it's right for you. And I just hate that it comes with the indoctrination of going to college.
Right.
College, you come out an alcoholic.
Right.
And then you're like, I can hold my liquor.
There's like
cool. And it's like, that's not really cool, actually, that you can still function on, 15 drinks.
Yeah, Nixie said she went to a cannabis fest and everybody's happy, no fighting.
Exactly.
Super happy.
Right, and just as long as you're aware that chronic use of it, can kind of dumb you down. Chronic use of it can also cause depression.
And those weirdo like dark circles, you can tell a lot of dudes who smoke all the time, they've got those like strangely colored dark circles.
I think a lot of
notice
those
that?
dudes with those dark circles are whacking off all night or something too.
Interesting.
Yeah. But so that could be lack of sleep as well.
When you're whacking off to watching porn.
New song. New song.
Song. I told Mike Ricks, I was like, Mike Ricks, you got to come in here. You got to like get your banjo
Yeah,
going.
I gotta hit him
Come
up.
on, buddy.
I want to
Let's
hang
make
with
up
him
a
more.
song.
It's
When you,
just I'm always behind. It feels like so I'm always working.
oh, same. And Nixie just said, seriously though, smart guy here, this Sean. It's so true, whack-a-mole. But you've always working, but I'm here to tell you that you and I are very similar, as you know,
Hmm.
and except I've got better makeup today.
Hmm. Your makeup is on fleek.
but it's like but it's like we have the same issue of doing so many things
Right.
and out to like say, change and save the world, but we also have to get ourselves uh more help and more organized. I've just been meeting people. I've been finding it myself, and I'm going to share it with you. And I got you your merino underwear, dude.
Hmm. I do want to. I do want to do that.
I got it
That's
for you.
an easy.
It's so
I just
cool.
I just want to keep polyester and plastics off of people's nether regions.
I know. There's this lady that I love that I follow that's like bought the training that I love.
Hmm.
Like that eight
That
Nick.
stuff is so good it's hard to describe.
It is. Well, it's like you can't reveal what happens in there, otherwise it's like, if I told you everything that happens in my movies, it'd be like, no, you gotta. And thank you, Nixie. But I was going somewhere.
Where are you going?
Well, I drank some loot, and now I'm like, hey, man, did
I,
you
t-
see me?
I,
I
I
did
tell you
drink some loot, and now I'm like, what
I
was
tell
I
you
saying?
what I
I'm
really
so
like.
happy now.
Loot is designed as a mixer, but I tell you what I really like doing with loot is before swallowing it, gargle it a little bit. It's such
Right.
an anti-inflammatory. It just like makes the voice strong.
Makes voice strong. Me
Make
drink more.
voice strong.
Me drink more. What the hell was I going to tell you about shit? Uh, anyway, this amazing training. I'll put it in here. It's like amazing, amazing, amazing training. She and I don't know what I forget. I was saying something. What was I saying?
About
I,
the amazing training.
no, it's something about the lady who bought the training. Damn it! What are you talking about?
Mm.
I just lost it.
Before that, we were
Gone.
talking about vegans.
Well, they're scary.
It's just
The ladies are so angry, and the men are just. If I
it's just,
if I have to talk to another dude who wants a dom, this is what I get asked to do. Maybe it's this makeup, but people are like, "Are you please a dominatrix? And can I please wear a dress and you can humiliate me and treat me like crap?" I'm like,
you, you know you know what
"What?
you know what
Like
I want
what?"
you know what I want to talk about. Speaking of men in dresses.
Whack-a-mole.
No. Okay. All right. So
We
if a
got men in
white
dresses. We got men in dresses.
if a white guy puts on blackface, that's an abomination.
You can't
Right?
do that.
Everybody gets mad. But if a man puts on a dress and starts acting real like ultra like extremist feminine, that's okay.
You
But
better
shouldn't but
give him a
shouldn't that
job.
shouldn't that be like in the same bucket as blackface? Shouldn't y'all be offended that all the dude has to do he doesn't have to go
That's
through
funny.
awkward years of development and then like bleeding suddenly and then bleeding once a month and having constant fear of being attacked and then have constant fear of pregnancy while through the mothering years and then all he has to do is put on a dress and then it's just a feeling. I mean,
I want to
shouldn't
be
y'all be
pretty.
shouldn't y'all be offended that that's all that it takes? And
So I
then
think
and
you'll
then
appreciate. Good.
and then also not all of them, but a lot of them when you know see it on the news at least. I'm sure there's not all of them, but it's just like way crazy attire. Like a woman would not wear that
But
stuff.
I mean, oh god, but it's such a problem. It's like a huge, and I'm like, okay, how do I not be critical of you? Because I'm gonna spank you for real. That's what you want, and I'm gonna give you a real spanking, what my grandma would have given you. I'm telling you. But so instead of being critical of it, I'm like, you, like as in being mean. I'm like, you do see that you got played, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if you look at it from that angle, that you got played. This was a battle move and you lost, and you are the proof that you got played because of what you're eating. If you look at what you're
Yeah.
eating, what you're consuming, what you were believing, and now this is where we're at.
Mm.
This is where we're at. And this was the intention, to take all the good, strong men away and
That's
make all
right.
the women hate you. And then, like, you're wearing a dress looking for a boyfriend.
Well,
And,
but
and I'm
then
like, what
why
the
are,
hell is happening?
but I mean, and is that crazy, Land, or don't you think that like instead of women being super empathetic, they should be like a black dude looking at a white guy in
Well,
blackface?
my
What do you
kid,
do?
you
What do
love
you
my
do?
kid so much. She's so brilliant.
Yeah.
She was doing comedy last night, and it's things she's watched, but then she puts her spin on it. God dang it, she's so funny. And she's like,
Mm,
Mom, you can't film this, but watch this. Just
mm.
watch me. And she goes into the mirror like she's talking to someone. She goes, Jeffrey, there is an apocalypse out here. There's zombies are attacking. The house is on fire. And you want to put makeup on?
Yeah.
You didn't
And-
save the dog or
oh
your
my!
brother. You're
Did,
going to die.
shifting gears. Did you see Ian Carroll's latest tweets?
Oh, no. I love him, though.
Ian Carroll. Ian Carroll. Every day he's got to
Let
say
me
that
see.
he's not suicidal after.
Right? Because
Oh
he's
my
calling
God.
everything out. Oh, God, he's calling everything. Ian Carroll, the
The
CIA.
last
Oh, here he
tweet.
is.
The last tweets by Ian Carroll. So I've read about that stuff years ago,
Oh,
and
Diddy. The Diddy
no, no,
lawsuit.
no, no. That's his pinned tweet. That's not
Oh,
his
that's his.
newest
Oh,
tweet.
you're right.
The
Okay.
newest tweet is below Diddy.
The biggest drug smuggling operation in recorded history.
Yes, that one.
Oh, shit.
So I've known about
Boy, you're going to die.
I've known about a lot of those details for a lot of years because I got locked in my home for a year and all my businesses shut down. So I didn't have anything to do but to read about things on the internet. And I think real life
I just
soap operas
reposted it.
are a lot more interesting than fake soap operas. So I just read about stuff like that. And he had a lot of stuff in there that I wasn't aware about. Um,
It's scary.
wow.
I mean, they're
Well,
all these guys are having one big circle jerk, all of
well,
them,
I mean,
and
what he's
poisoning us.
talking about, what he's talking about is who are the biggest drug dealers in the world. Um, one of them is a former president of the United States. So everybody needs to check out Ian Carroll's latest.
He
tweet.
is, and it's like,
And
and
then
he's
some
like,
of them
I'm
were,
not suicidal.
yeah, because I mean, yeah, it is a must read. It's lengthy, and I don't, and it's to read the whole thing. It kept airing out on me, and it was frustrating to read the whole thing. But it's really worth reading.
Yikes.
And yikes for sure, especially the Noriega part. That's yikes.
Nixie says, I read today that aliens are suspected to be purple and not green.
Oh, well, that's hot news.
That's hot news. That's awesome. The thing is when people actually see that we're living in the total box within the box within the box, and it's like, actually, Ian Carroll did, I think, a map of all the owned space, and everything's taken by the
Yeah. BlackRock.
Yep. And then there's only like one little teeny space, and you're like, wow, well, how do you exist?
Yes.
You have to just literally go local and remove yourself from as much as possible. And I mean, my mission, and you can tell me if I'm crazy, but I don't think I am. I think that there's this window of opportunity, which is why we talk about this stuff all the time. And I'm on fire to do my comedy show, but like a church tour of my comedy show that actually is not funny at all. And I'm elevating men, mainly men. I mean, I'm helping women, obviously, Nixie. I mean, you know me. But mainly my goal is to get in there and heal up the families and heal up the men so that the men are strong and elevated up so that they can actually fight the perps.
Yeah,
Because you
wait.
can't call the cops, because you call the cops, and the cop that just left is the guy who just left the human trafficking right down there at the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah, it's the old
Yes, Nixie.
CIA term, MICE.
Mice.
Yeah, it's an acronym. It's the M is money, I is interest. Uh, Ian covers it in one of his more recent tweets.
Yuck.
The regular population is referred to as mice by the three-letter agency.
Speaking of mice, just random facts. Mountain Dew and soda. My friend David, you know David, he's a client of yours. We were on a live today because we go live on Thursdays and Fridays, and he was still talking about the soda, and he's
Yeah,
friends with the people that something about the Coca-Cola where they come in and they like uh delivery whatever the concrete that was underneath where they have to transfer all the soda that spills, they have to have it redone so often because it eats it.
right,
And then there was this one dude who sued because he said, I had a mouse. A mouse was in my Mountain Dew. And
right,
in the legal term, like when they were sued and then they answered it, like, no, that's entirely impossible because it would have been eaten and dissolved by the soda by the time it got to the store. So that's
right,
in the document. So like the mouse would have been dissolved and eaten by the soda from the
right,
factory to the store. That's like in the what the hell? What
right.
the hell?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
yeah, and then
I'll,
it's
I'll get you
another
next.
another thing that Ian posts, which you were just talking about, BlackRock, and then he did the grocery store shelves. Who owns everything, and it's like almost all of the grocery store shelves are owned by the big companies.
Yeah.
So all of the hair products and the hair restoration products are owned by the same company. So what do you think they put in the hair products?
Whatever crap they're getting rid of. Whatever. Were they putting
Whatever
Roundup
will
in there too?
whatever will harm your hair, so that you have to buy the hair restoration product.
Right. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's that bad. It's that bad, and the thing is, when you say something that people don't want to hear, most people shut down.
It's
And
true.
yeah, and to circle back what you were saying a little bit ago, we are in a period where more people are waking up,
Yes.
and we have the internet, but yeah, it does still kind of seem unlikely, but to not do anything about it seems like, you know, you gotta speak truth to make
Yeah,
your
we have to come out and
resonance
speak.
stronger.
The world is literally very scary, Nixie says. And she says, random question, are you making any more movies? I have a sci-fi woman. I have a sci-fi that I wrote in if I can call you that now. I'm kidding. You gotta be careful what you say nowadays. I called her a woman. Anyway,
Oh,
I'm sorry. And so I'm not sorry. So it's a sci-fi that is about aliens without any aliens. So it's a total mind fuck.
well, I think that resonates to reality, because the aliens are actually not aliens. They actually live in the oceans.
Oh my god, are we going there?
I mean,
Really?
I'm saying that's no. There's
You
intelligent
can
life that lives in
call
the
me
oceans.
anything. You know what, Nixie? You can call me anything. She just summed it up. Everybody that I know that is actually whatever, trans, binary, whatever,
Rainbow
the
Coalition.
ones that are like solid in who they are, they don't give a fuck. They are not going to cry about what you call them or not call them because they know who they are. They know
Right.
where, and they're solid. They're like, listen, I'm, you know, you. whatever, they might correct you and say like, oh, I prefer to be called, she says, a lesbian. There you go. But it's like, you're
Me
not
too.
gonna. Me too. Sean's a black lesbian.
Yeah, it's a feeling. It's just I feel it.
But so I commend you. But I hate fucking labels. That's the thing. It's like the labels and the human. You're just human. It's just the people that get really so irate about all that stuff. You can also trace it back to, from my experience, that they're not healthy. If you look at what they're eating, and then they're like usually vegans. I'm sorry, y'all. I love me some meat.
Yeah, and a lot of vegans I've noticed, the ones that announce themselves as vegans, to me they're very fidgety too.
Oh, interesting. Here, I'm going to put this. Too many people are so sensitive, for real. By the way, so I leave it in there, Nixie. That's the training I just sent. I just want you to have that link, so you need to know about that. It was so great. Where am I? I'm over here. Okay. I'm doing lots. I snorted. I know I snort laugh. I can't get over my face. She's doing this like every other day. She's doing a full
Is that part of the sci-fi movie?
I mean, no, this kid is so damn funny. And also, I haven't mentioned my kid in a while, Nixie. She's number 1 in the state in archery, in her grade, in her age in the state. She is the best.
That's strong.
So great. And so we're going to nationals, and my kid, oh my God, I love it. I love her. She's like, she inspires me to be better, because she's just such a badass. This is like what she said, because we're going to nationals, and in the entire country, she's number 12 in one, and I think number 27 in another category. And she's 9. She's 9. And we had a whole family discussion with her dad and grandparents and stuff, for whether we should go to nationals or not, because she is 9, and it's like, well, maybe she doesn't place. What if she's not on the podium? And I'm like, you don't want to go if you're not going to place. Maybe you wait till next year and you've practiced more. And I'm driving with her after this conversation, and I go, I know, damn, time does fly, seriously. And I'm driving, and I said, hey, kid, when somebody says that, who do you think they're talking to? About you shouldn't go. And she goes, they're talking to themselves. I was like, exactly. What do you want to do? Where do you feel? And she's like, Mama, I'm 9. I'm in 4th grade. Fuck yeah, I'm going to nationals. I was like, yeah.
But that's the thing too. If you don't compete with the best, you have no chance at being the best.
Exactly.
It's
She's
like
yeah.
So many NBA players played, when they were young teenagers with adults at the park. That's how they get good. They go to
That's exactly how you go.
Young teenagers, the ones that are really talented high school players, will meet up with NBA players in the summer to play with them.
Right.
Because that's how they get good. So
that's why I hang out with really rich, good-looking people.
There you go. Yeah.
Just super. Yeah. But yeah, she does that with the tournaments too, because she has a couple of friends of hers that they mess around, and they're talking, and they're not really focused with this. And I go, hey, listen to me. We're at states. As soon as you cross that line, you step over that line. I know you love your friends. Don't stand with your friends. Go stand with the champs and be. And she did it too. She stood with all the older kids, and they were giving her pointers, and she's first.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you could play sports for years, and get more out of a weekend with better players than you do in years of practice.
Yep. And then you know what she did? She went and she looked up, because they have all the scores, like you could look up national archery stuff. So she looked at the best winner who's in her school, or she's in the high school version, but she's in her team. And she started studying her. She goes, Mommy, her very first score that she ever did was 219. Mine was 244. I was like, damn, girl. And so she just goes studying her, like where she won. And I was like, that's exactly what you do.
That's exactly what you do.
So smart. So she's like, I want to go. And she goes, did you know that you can win money doing this? I was like, oh yeah. She's like, you could win money. She's like, at the states we just won, like, she didn't win any money, but the winners, like the ones in high school, and they won like $3,000.
Nice.
She's all about it. And then
Yeah.
her friend chose, her little bestie that she was going to archery with, chose softball over archery. And she's like, Mommy, I don't understand. Why did she choose softball over archery? Archery is a life skill. I'm going to know it for the rest of my life. And I know how to kill somebody. What are you going to do with softball? I'm like,
Right.
I
If
love
everything
you.
hits the fan,
I
you know,
love you. Paul.
turkey
Paul.
or two.
I'm Vampirina mixed with Katy Perry. You got it, Paul. You like it? Aurelia did it. This is my daughter. So yeah, we're looting. Paul, oh my God, I love you. I love that you're on here. You will love Sean. Do you know? Have you watched his stuff? This is the dude. This is Sean who makes Regenerate that I talk about all the time, and Loot. And we are going to go. It'd be amazing if you could come. We're going to go to Nashville in August to his Music City e-bikes, so that we all do a retreat-ish, collective, awesome place that we ride bikes, and then we can do Loot and Regenerate. And I'm hunting for what else is happening around Nashville that we could like bike to or something, something we can. I'm looking to see like which day I pick, but August seems to be. Hi,
Yeah.
Sean. I haven't seen you yet. Yeah, Sean. Sean's a real find, Paul. I wrote about him in my next book that I haven't fixed the title because I'm changing it, but my next book I wrote all about him. He's my friend. And he looks like Jesus. And he got me off of all pharma. And the reason I look so good and feel so good in my 50s, I got to give you credit.
Yeah, you've made some changes.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's noticed. Yeah, well, you can see
It's
it.
noticeable.
Yeah.
I got panhandling.
What? Panhandling?
That's what Paul just said. Panhandling. Oh, and Nixie goes, oh, that's Sean. He's a black lesbian Jesus. That's it. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
That's how he
a black
identifies.
lesbian.
He identifies.
Feeling.
And so, you have any questions on health?
Oh yeah, I
Tongue
always
out.
like to talk about health.
Yeah, I'm just curious because Paul's a wealth of information too, and like so you too, perfect. You got any health, body, mind, spirit? That's what I learned from Sean. I learned to breathe. He's gotten me thinking about doing yoga. I have actually started. I'm doing.
Oh yeah, you did one move.
I did one move.
Truth Thursday. You did one move. Did you feel that, by the way?
Oh sure. And I did feel it, and then I started actually I wore my yoga straps all week. I've been going on walks, and really and sometimes wearing my yoga straps, but just being really present with breath.
Yes.
Because that is thank you, Sean. Nice work. Thank you for preserving a national relic. I mean treasure. It's true. Y'all, my goal is to, get more stamina so I can do my show. That's my plan.
That breath trainer.
This one? Oh God, I can't do it with this lipstick. I'll ruin it. He also makes me do stuff I get to do stuff like this.
I just suggested that would help your asthma. Yeah. It makes your diaphragm stronger. So if your diaphragm can come up and go down all the way, that moves all the internal organs, expands the breathing apparatus, gives you more power. More
Damn, I was looking for the picture. The picture of this thing is hilarious. The guy the advertiser for it. Damn it, I don't have the picture for it. But anyway, it's this thingamajigger.
Bass root.
Bass root, and it's got all these various size of holes. Hey, it's a thing you put in your mouth. It's got lots of different holes.
Yeah.
I chose a pretty small hole. It's pretty tight and small right there. It's very small.
That you might want to. You ready for that?
And then you
ready for that?
Yeah. And then you practice breathing through it. It actually does. It's like it trains. I have actually noticed a difference. I really have. All of your advice, I noticed a difference. My thing with you, and I was actually talking to on my live today for when I talk about like, you know, cleaning up all of our shit, which is what we talk about on Thursdays and Friday, Wednesdays and Thursdays, is a lot of times us coming into being healthy do not have the funds that many of you fellas who are doing it, who have, you have the cold plunge, you've got the hyperbaric chamber, you've got the sauna. Like a lot of people you just can't do that yet. So start small. Start by putting Celtic salt in your water. That's cheap.
Well,
Start by
there's stuff that's free.
yeah, there you,
See the sunrise and see the sunset.
that's true. Hey Sean, he says Paul says it's okay to smile. You're with Angela Shelton. You know his face can't move.
It's it's hidden behind all this hair. It's there. I'm smiling. I'm smiling on the inside.
I had the greatest moment with him, Paul. I think I laughed. I laughed so hard I peed. Um, when I have a because of my own history of being, beaten as a child and starved and shit. So when I see somebody having a facial expression that doesn't look happy, I can get into my are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are
Right.
you okay? Are you okay? Because that goes back to my own training,
Yeah,
right?
it's, you have to
But
be. That's because that's what makes you an empath.
and
Because
so
you
I
had to be as a child.
Yep. And so I said to him, I was like, I just have to say this out loud. Sometimes I get really weird, like, because it's not nothing to do with me. I get it, but sometimes maybe it is. I'm like, do you have, like, are you mad at me or something? He's like, no, I actually, I can't move the muscles in my face.
Well, I can move the muscles in my face, as you can see, but I did have a weight bench collapse on my face at like 18, which did kind of like jack up a little bit on my face on the left side.
Oh my God. But right after that, I posted a thing on my social media. I was like, y'all, if you're ever worried about what other people are thinking because the look on their face, they might not be able to move their face.
They could
Don't
have,
take things personally. They can't move
especially
their face.
nowadays, they could have Bell's palsy. Hmm.
They
You
could
know,
have
all
had the
the
shot and
yeah,
lost
they could
feeling.
have Bell's palsy. A droopy face.
Oh my God. Yeah, so he's not upset, Paul. He's
Yeah,
just like that. He's just
it's yeah, too much, maybe too much Zen,
he's
too
like
much. Yeah,
it's like Jack Nicholson said, "Don't I feel like the royal asshole?" No, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, let me tell you about an asshole. You want to hear a story? This is a funny story. I'm sitting on a plane, right? You literally thought about it. Do I want to hear a story? I don't know.
well, when you're like speaking of asshole, I was like, oh god, it's
I
a
don't
guy
know.
that wants his
I
pooper
don't.
played with
Oh
again.
God, these pooper dudes. No, I
He
was.
wants some pooper play.
This is better. This is better. I was sitting on you two are so similar, smart and hilarious. Love it. I know we are. It's great. That's why we did. This is the problem. It's not a problem, but we would get on the phone and talk for like 3 hours about all this amazing stuff, and then we're like, we're dumb. We should just do this in
Yeah,
person. And everybody. So
just record.
there's this. So I'll just be like, I'm on the phone with you. Literally, there's a
Yeah,
story. I'm sitting on a plane and I'm talking to people. I'm being myself. I've got conversations going. And I said, it's like the same. It's like we all have the same trauma. Like we all got something, just like some kind of trauma. We've all been through something, just like we all got an asshole. We're
mm.
all, and it's like, yeah, you're right. And the guy next to me, legit, no joke, the guy sitting right next to me says, I'm really offended by that because I don't have an asshole. And I was like, "What? What are wait, is that a thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wasn't born with an asshole. They had to make one for me." He's like, "So when you say that, like, it's not true. Not everybody has an asshole. I had to have one made, and I just died. I died. I died right there.
And of
I just
course
don't
he's
even."
offended by it. Like he
And
didn't
he
even get the
laughed.
purpose.
And I just am like, I just
You're like,
go,
dude, they made one for you,
well.
or you'd be dead. So come on.
I was like, well, then now I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole now.
And of
Not
course,
everybody has one, but I can be one. I was like, oh my God, puckered.
ridiculous.
Paul says puckered. That's funny. Yeah, can you believe that, Nixie? What are the chances? You know, I'm really offended because I
Yeah,
don't have an asshole.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's circling back just briefly, and we can abandon the topic. I just am looking forward to women being offended that somebody can just be a woman by putting a dress on.
Oh, it is really annoying, actually.
Yeah, and then
All of this that's happening, which is totally
it,
a battle move, which is totally strategically being done, and people are being played, and they don't even realize they're being played. They're fighting for their own executioner. Literally.
I mean, I'm training to be
I
in the
have two
WWE.
assholes and I'm not offended.
I mean, I'm training to be in the WNBA right now, so
Are you?
when in Rome, you got to take advantage.
Hey, all these men and women's sports, we should all just make up a lot of money. Like you
I
said.
know,
Just
I
start
know.
betting.
We really need to all start betting on the dude.
It's like
Why he keeps
look,
attacking me in here?
Paul looks good in a dress.
Okay.
Hey, Paul looks good in a dress. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, there's a lot of men that are embracing it. I just lectured one the other day that wants to be pretty, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. My favorite, this the dude I went on a date with. This dude that I think I told you this. I don't know. And I was coming from the airport and I was on one of my travels and I'm going on a bunch of film festivals, and so he met me. Anyway, long story. I had all this luggage, and I'm coming out of and the door is there, and he not only doesn't open the door for me and hold it or carry any of my luggage, he lets the door like slams me in the face as I'm carrying, and I'm just like, really? And he stands there and he goes, yeah, I don't believe in gender roles.
Mm.
And I was like, you don't believe in getting laid either. That's what you don't believe in. Bye. Because that's not happening. And then he's like, we're not hanging out. I was like, no, not really. And then he's like, well, please, 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 like, talk to me. Tell me what's the matter. And I was like, you really want me to tell you? I'm not nice. Like, I'm a nice person, but when you ask me the truth, I will tell you the truth. You might not like it. And he's like, no, please tell me. I was like,
there's a difference between being nice and being kind.
it's true.
So you can be kind, but nice is weak.
Yeah, so I say, no, absolutely not, Paul. We have trans in our families. So is it okay if I tell you my daughter's trans? Would anybody feel uncomfortable? No. John's gonna laugh. Look, he made him smile. But the dude was sitting there, and he's like, "Please tell me." And I was like, "No, you needed to leave." And he was like, "Just tell me." I was like, "Oh, here it is. You are the biggest dude," because he was huge. He was like 7 feet tall almost. He's a giant, enormous dude. I was like, "You are the biggest dude I've ever seen who is the smallest little boy." And I'm like, and just weak, and it irritates the fuck out of me. And he said, and he sat there and he goes, "I've heard that before."
I bet.
I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Bye. Anyway.
Oh my God.
So your daughter is trans, Paul. That means you had a son who turned into a daughter. Is that correct? Like that would be if your daughter's trans. Right? You're calling her correct the way she wants to be called. Is that right? I hold the door and carry stuff from my woman, as you should, Nixie. That's because you like to get in the bed. I mean, otherwise, what are you doing?
It's like, did you see that interview with that MMA guy? You know,
I
that
love him. Strickland or whatever. He's hot as hell. Yes. Eat him for breakfast. Put him on a stick and eat him for breakfast. All day long. I'd make him into an everlasting gobstopper.
Good to know, right?
That's my 1000%. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's just
he's hilarious, that guy.
kids, when they're kids, like, I mean, I used to
Now
want to be.
now he's offended. Now you're offended. Oh God. You can be offended. Don't be offended.
No,
Why are
that's
you
okay.
offended?
You're allowed to be offended,
Don't be. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
but there is still reality, and reality is offensive sometimes.
It's true. Now you should see my movie.
But
Have you seen my movie?
but did you see Sean Strickland when he was asked? He asked the guy, do you have any the interviewer that was like trying to get him into gotcha questions
Oh, I
about
know.
people, and then he's like, so if you had a kid, would you care? Your kid was trans, and the guy's like, I wouldn't care, because I'm an ally of the community. And then Strickland's like, yeah, you're a weak man. The purpose of having children is to have grandkids, and if you don't admit that to yourself, then you're weak. And that, it's like bingo. Like, I wanted to be a fireman. I wanted to be a race car driver. Who the hell else knows what else I wanted to be when I was a kid? They don't know what they want to be. There's no way. You can't get a tattoo till you're 18. You can't smoke cigarettes till you're 18.
Oh,
You
you're
can't
talking
drink
about
beer.
the actual like cutting
You
your
can't
stuff
drink
off.
beer until you're 21. It's like,
Because my brother was gay, and he was gay. He came out gay. He came out with like glitter. He's
yeah.
gay.
I mean,
Definitely 1000%. No. Paul says no. He did not come out gay. He did so come out gay. He did so.
I mean, who knows? I mean, you get all the chemicals, the wrong chemical at the wrong time in the womb.
There's a lot going on. And also we're being poisoned from every single, or who knows if that's why it's so rampant now, is because of if they start doing tests of that stuff, like that would be amazing. Like, what did you eat? What were you consuming? What were the shots? Like, that's just fascinating. Because it's like, But have you seen my boxing movie? I mean, hello,
Well,
that's a gorgeous trans story. That's like stunning. That's like your hate is showing through your zen. Sean, your
thank you. No, I thought I
I'm gonna
didn't have
call your
enough facial.
family
I
members.
thought I didn't have enough facial expressions, and I'm not hating at all. I just have I have Tourette's syndrome, really, where I just like verbally vomit out the truth,
You're like Ian
and
Carroll.
that definitely can upset people, but I'm not upset at all. Now, if my daughter said that she was a man, I would be upset, but not anyone else, or whatever. Vice versa.
Plus, you have family.
Yeah. So it's.
I realized I liked women in elementary school. Hid it until I was 30 because I was scared to live my truth. Isn't that sad, Nixie? Can't you think about all the women you could have leaned up against if you'd have been honest? Right? I'm saying.
Is that how they just lean on each other?
I was trying to be nice because we're public, I didn't want to be like.
No, I know, but I understand what gay guys do. I just.
But look at like all the time you spent not coming out.
I don't know what happens. It just seems like
I'm super.
Like an Orpheus problem.
Oh yeah. Being gay or trans is not a choice. They're born that way. I'm surprised you don't know that, Sean. You seem like an intelligent man. I could see gay. Yeah.
Well, my question is, since the propaganda has been elevated, there's a lot more. So maybe the propaganda does play a role in it.
I believe.
And I saw a video today of there's a bunch of Utah kids complaining that furries are running amok in their school. There's a bunch of kids that are just like barking at each other.
Oh my
kids
god.
are saying that it wanted
Oh
to
my
stop.
god.
So when things are promoted as being cool and things will help you gain more attention seekers will go that direction for the more attention.
There's definitely a movement in elementary schools that is like anti-boy. That is for sure. It's like an interesting, like, wow. And it's like promoted. It's like, wow, that's we're in a weird time, y'all. We're in a weird time. And
A
also
lot of
people are
a lot of
being
single
used as
moms that hate.
pawns.
Oh yeah,
You do
a
have an
lot of single
amazing
moms
daughter,
that hate
Nixie.
women.
What'd you say?
A lot of single moms that hate men raising boys. It's a problem.
This is true. And there's a lot of hate going on. And Paul says my movie was fabulous. It's famous.
It, yeah,
Fabulous,
the
amazing
hammer
story. Well
is
done.
the hammer is great. It's very
I love that.
Tarantino-esque.
And also, Crystal, if she was arrived, she was a trans woman. If she was alive today, she would be lecturing what's happening out in the world and saying,
Yeah,
"Girl, you need to get to Jesus." That's what she would be saying.
I know some trans people that are of the same mind
I
that are
know.
like, what the hell is going on?
All the
Like,
trans people that I know, with the exception of one who is left, like ran away from the South and ran desperately to Los Angeles. All the other ones are in the country collecting guns. I mean, that's what they're doing. And they're conservative. They're trans, they're conservative, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And they don't like labels. And these are my, I'm fascinated because then people don't realize that. They're like, trans are always liberal Democrats. I'm like, this is not true.
nor are the gays.
Sean, have you ever been out of the house? There's a gay guy living next to you and a trans girl in your basement. Hey, I don't know what's going on. Hey,
Okay,
Nixie says the Eagle and
that's good.
Albatross was fun being a part of it. That's so proud. Ah, that's so awesome. Thanks, Nixie. I love
Uh,
that movie. It's finally, my movies finally are out of like my own stresses. I was successful. They have what's called a CAMA. Both of them have it. It took me 8 years to do it. Holy God. I know that people don't even know what that means, but whenever you run into like people in like Hollywood or Hollywood style people who are like, I'm a producer. All you have to do is ask them, "Oh, awesome, you're a producer. How many camas have you had signed by the unions and their waterfall going?" And they're gonna look at you. They're not gonna know what the fuck you're talking about. And then you know that they're not a producer. This is because they'll never get you paid. Because the only way to actually pay people for the points on the, when they're like, "You got a point on my movie." The only
They're a
way to
producer in the fact that they can produce the production, but they're not going to actually get you paid.
get you paid ever
So
now.
don't use them.
Yeah, they can produce the bullshit. What's going on? It's that trans in your basement.
Oh, I heard somebody like banging on something.
That's your trans.
It's like there was
Oh God.
that came through the mic, right? It was like a bang, 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 bang. Weird.
Actually, it's just because people are coming out, so kids and others are less afraid. Trans people have been around since Moses. He may have been trans too in his dress.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Cast me. I know that was very fun. Casting my movies. I want to do my next movie probably in Minnesota is what's going to happen.
yeah.
But anyway,
Whatever
random.
I do, so.
But people are coming out so the kids are less afraid. I do not support the trans in with the kids. Sorry, I really don't.
Well, you don't allow it to happen. Oh,
Not in what's happening, like with the
you're you're
drag
cruel.
queens. I'm like,
You're
you'll
cruel if
move to Minnesota.
dog.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm
If
I'm
you
like,
if you castrate a dog early, everybody knows that that dog is not going to be right. And it's this. I mean, it's this. It's you have to let it
you ain't
mature.
making friends tonight with Paul, Sean.
I'm not.
I mean, but
I
Paul's
have, I have
awesome. We need.
truth Tourette's. I told you. I don't have anything against any trans people. I have an affinity for the truth. And, you wait to castrate your dog so that it fully develops. You can't just put puberty on hold for a while and then start it up again. That's not how it works. You have to let things, if you want to be a mature human, you have to let the hormones that will make you be a mature human do
You
the
ain't
same.
even right in the head until you're 24.
Some say 28, and then mental peak is 45.
Hey y'all, my girlfriend just informed me Saturday's 420. Woo woo. Hey, Saturday's 420, and that's my workshop. Come in there, Nixie. I dare you. I put the link in the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do a workshop, Sean, because it's April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I didn't know if you knew that. You can't do nothing like that. Don't hurt anybody like that in April, and you
Okay.
don't
Yeah,
and don't
or any month.
any month, but especially
And no
April.
sexual assaults in any month.
Don't do that. And
Yeah.
also, it's Child Abuse Awareness Month, so don't
Okay.
abuse your
At the
kids.
same month.
Same month, April.
Okay.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Those are two months that my no, it's on Zoom. Those are two months that my movie gets shared a lot, April and October. And so I'm starting a trip, an annual trip, Nixie, on 420. So I'm gonna show the movie for those who haven't seen it yet, and you can't handle the truth. I said it for Sean
Yes.
can definitely handle the truth, but I'm taking people through the movie, but not through the movie because as far as time goes. But I'm taking you through pieces and then giving you the link to watch my movie. But I'm gonna update you, basically bringing it back to what I've also learned from you, Sean. To like, okay, let me take you through a workshop of all of the steps of getting past the trauma, because it's like the sexual abuse, the child abuse, people can get so stuck, and then you're stuck in your every body, mind, and spirit. You get stuck, like you get stuck in your body, like you get, with all of your addictions or the bad food or whatever, and then the spiritual life is stuck, and then your mind ain't right because you're like anxiety and panic. So I have found, including Sean, many different things to help you go faster and have more fun. And it's also very funny. I make it fun. I don't make fun of it because you can't. I'm not gonna make fun of it, but I also make it very funny. That's awesome. Can you remind me somehow, because I'm totally high?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nixie, get on my email list. Here, I'm gonna give you that
the,
link again. Like I'll give you the link. It's sign
short-term
up for the
right
email list on here. Just like sign up for it. You know what I'm saying? And here, I'll just put it here. It's so funny. There it is.
Smoking a lot of grass, you got to be like that memento guy, like write everything
You're
down
like,
in your hand.
I'm high as hell. Would you say?
Where's my post-its at?
Hey, speaking of being high as hell, guess what, Nixie? I am finally. I'll tell you. So you got that trans in your basement, Sean? Is that what? Is what's
It was like I think there's a storm coming through because I heard like something.
This is a storm of trans people.
Oh my god!
Coming to your house. Oh god, if we can't laugh about all of it, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Oh god.
I mean, I'm not afraid.
Not
afraid at all.
Oh my god, I love it. You gotta laugh. You gotta have some good times. That's what I'm saying. Especially, I mean, look at my face, y'all. I mean, look at my face. But so I have laughed and cried and peed so many times that, Nixie, have you ever done that? Have you ever laughed and cried and peed? Shut your face. Stop judging. So I'm a total festival person. I'm a traveler. I'm a camper. And I also like to look hot. I mean, I also was raised in the fashion industry. So my very first everyday, okay, you're going to love me. You thought you loved me before. You're going to be like, I love you. I love you.
This is on 420.
This is on well, I'm going to take my workshop on 420, but I'm telling Nixie about this product that I have coming out next. Is this out? It's an all-in-one outfit, an all-in-one comfort blanket, so that it is. It's a shawl, it's a cloak, it's a blanket, it's a dress, a very high-end, amazing dress, and you're like, ooh, that's like an evening gown. But then it moves around, and it's like a little jumper. It's almost endless. There's so many different ways you can move it, and I've got these really cool like little attachments, these little buttons. You can basically like move it to whatever you want. But the key is one side is like slick and almost like parachute-y, like waterproof material, and the other side is very soft and warm and absorbent, and you can pee in it. I'm not lying. If you giggle or you cough and you pee, you're totally fine. And so I'm gonna be like my comedy shows that I'm doing, that I'm coming to your backyard and doing it in. I want you to like you have to have this outfit. If you don't have it, I ain't cleaning up after you because every single one of my girlfriends does this. And I'm like, I ain't cleaning up after you. You can have it like you can sit on it like a blanket, or you can wrap it around like a skirt, or you could, do whatever, but and you can clean it. It's easily washable.
Yeah, I hope so if you're peeing in it all the time.
But if you just, if you had accident, it's not like you just want to walk around and like, you use it as a diaper. Mom said, she's like, can you add layers to it if I just get lazy? Hold on. No, don't use it as a diaper. But it's for like, Nixie, you'll understand this. In the lesbian world, when there's that kind of stuff happening, it's a perfect outfit for that. When you're camping or you're at a rave and you go, you're totally fine. You're welcome. Could also have some that monthly time of month seximicals finger painting time. You'll be fine too. Or if head camping, you got a dog. If you want, just spilt something.
If you need a tarp.
Yeah, if you just throw it over you. Perfect to like have a. Oh, I've been dissected. Oh my god. So I have, so I'm making that. It's awesome. All in one blanket. And it just went off. It's like I've signed the thing. I have an actual, like, it's happening. I'm going to have my very first product. I'm like scared a little bit. I'm scared and excited. And here's my hack, my like gift is everything involved. All of the little carabiners, all the little things, everything is a weapon. You're welcome.
Smash people with a carabiner.
Carabiner's got a knife in it.
Oh.
And it's super cool. And then the rope is actually climbing rope. You could actually use it to escape a building. You could actually use this carabiner to hold 300 pounds. Like, so every single thing about it is like badass. Like, you can survive. It's 007, and you can pee in it if you laugh.
I didn't know that it had that. I remember we were talking about that last week. I was like, make sure the carabiners are carabiners.
Carabiner is like a heavy duty.
Hold a lot of weight. So that,
yep. Yeah. Oh no, I found Well, the beauty thing is you can do whatever you want. So I found the carabiners I want, and then I was like, can we make this pop out? And it's like, it's a hidden knife. They're like, yes, you can. I'm like,
no rules. And they can hold 300 pounds with a hidden knife.
We don't do anybody over 300 pounds.
Me either.
That's fat shaming. You're going to get in trouble.
Well, I was actually speaking of I don't let anybody on my ride that's that heavy because...
They already broke a bike?
Yeah.
That was a real bummer. There was a dude who was over 300 pounds that rode on his bike and cracked it literally in half. It went just like this.
Yes.
I was like...
Snapped it like a breadstick. I was like... And it was rated to 440 pounds, that bike, but he snapped it like a breadstick.
Seeing that bike was so sad. Oh my god.
I finally threw it out. I picked all the parts off of it and threw it out like last week.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do with it?
I was going to buy a new frame, and then I bought it, and then they said they couldn't airship it, and then
blah, blah, blah.
So I finally threw it out.
Yeah. Shame. Yeah. So, anyway, okay, it's 9:30. What else we got? I gotta go hang out with my... Well, not got to. I get to.
Yeah. No, I like the upgrades on the Sorry Not Sorry. I know that's no longer the name, but
I love Sorry. Well, it wasn't available. I couldn't get it.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, Sorry Not Sorry. It's great.
But I got all-in-one outfit. I got all-in-one. This is all Aurelia too, because I was gonna call it like warrior wear, and she goes, "Mom, don't call it warrior anything. That's so cringe." I was like, okay, what do I call it?
What is the official name?
All-in-one outfit and all-in-one blanket. It's totally the same thing, but it's different packaging. and all in one comfort blanket too. And then she's coming. The next product that we're working on is her. It is a comfort, like anxiety comfort pillow thing that's also around your neck. It also could be. It can get hot and cold. It could be like and we're researching to like other health benefits to other things to use it because it has to be multifunctional. And so so that's the whole thing. Everything is like can be multi thing. And this one she wants she wanted it to be it's a squishable thing, but you could also have like a hidden pocket in there.
Ooh,
Like a hidden like pocket. And she's like, you can carry a knife in there. I'm like, oh my God, the kid.
Make it so you can hide a gun in there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what she was, like a hidden, like a little thing in here.
Like that.
And it gets hot and cold, and it's basically like your little cuddle thing. And guess it's just called John. That's just
John.
your John. That's your John. So funny. She so cracks me up. And it's a character in her first movie that she wrote when she was 3. This thing. And so she's like, I want you to have that in your work with all anxiety and like all like what I do on stage, so that everybody gets her thing. Like she wants that because it's a character in her first movie, so that when we make her movie, that's my next plan, is then people already have John. I was like, you're so clever. And then it's like, you have John already. John helps you with your anxiety.
Yeah, like an airplane blanket that you can.
Kind of like an airplane blanket meets or airplane pillow meets a squishable. With a place for daddy's gun in it. Oh, wait, mommy's gun. Daddy ain't got no guns. Mommy's got the gun.
No genders, please.
It is brilliant, right? And so everything is multifunctional. She's so clever. This kid, this movie, oh my God. So I'm working on getting everything off my desk. The movies are off my desk. All I have to do is one little paperwork every 4 months.
That's nice.
So nice. I feel like I'm like a new person, to be honest. It was 8 years. That was 8 years of work I did. That was insane. I hate unions. I just want to say it out loud. I can't stand them. I know that they're beneficial to some people, but listen,
Most of them are there just to benefit the middle.
Anyway, so I have nothing nice to say about it, but I'm free now. I'm not going to complain about it. I could write a book about it. Hey, how to save millions of dollars in 10 years of your life.
Doing films.
I mean, no, I can, and I have the answer for everybody. I have exactly this is my kid. She's like, where the hell are you?
All right.
Hey, baby. Are you ready? All right, bye. I come. Okay, bye. She's like, why did you leave me? Why have you forsaken me? I have a teenager already. She's 9 and she's a teenager. She goes like this.
She's not ready yet.
What?
So she's like not ready yet.
Yeah, not ready. And then she's like, give me. I'm like, okay. I know, not yet. What do you want? I'm on here with your makeup.
I know. Where?
They're in the bottom of that makeup bag. Oh, Lord. So this kid, oh my God, this kid. So anyway, she's a teenager and she's 9. But I've brainwashed her. I've told her, I was like, listen, we already went through all the teenage years because we've done it when you were 7, 8, 9. So that means when you're at your teenagers, we don't do that. We skip that. All your friends do that. We don't do that because we've already done it. So I'm just like, I'm brainwashing her. I'll let you know how it works. I had a good friend of mine who lives in San Diego who had amazing 2 teenage boys that I knew since they were 12. And she never, all these other parents talk about the stories, the teenage years. She never had that. These are like great kids. And when I got pregnant and I had a little one, I was like, I just want to be prepared now. How in the hell did you do that? Like, how do you help? What'd you do as a single mom? Like, your boys are so good. And she goes, oh, I brainwashed them. I'm like, what? How'd you do it? Tell me. And she's like, I just told them when they were little. We don't do that teenage thing. We just don't do it. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I'm going to try that. I forgot to say between 7 and 9, I have a teenager that's like, lovely to see you live, Angela. You are oh, thank you. Thank you, Paul. Big, huge love.
And yeah, Paul, I don't mean any offense. It's just I have Tourette's, verbal Tourette's. Like anytime I pass by somebody with a mask on, I say, thanks for keeping us safe. And, you know,
Oh
I
yeah,
can
he's
tell
not playing with the mask stuff. He is not playing.
it's just a
I've been to
Tourette's.
lunch and dinner with him in Nashville with people with masks on, and he's like, I don't speak to people.
I had you tell them my order. Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I actually respect it. I'm not that way with everybody. I love everybody, but it's
No,
not that you
I
don't
don't.
love
It's
everybody. But
not that I don't love everybody. I just have to
I
verbally
pers-
vomit truth.
I do appreciate it. I do.
Yeah, and I'm curious what I wish we would have been able to bring him in. I am curious what kind of health and wellness stuff because you were saying that he's into that. But join the next True Thursdays. I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah. What this was taught. What did we learn today?
I'm always
Buttholes.
looking to expand knowledge.
We
Well,
learned how much of asshole we are.
mm, hey, you know, nice isn't kind. Kindness is different than being nice. Nice is saying the right things at all times.
Oh God.
Kindness is saying what needs to be said.
What needs to be said is get the stuff out of your butthole and
Yeah.
go find God. God, for God's sakes. That's what I have to say.
Don't do anything with poop, please.
Oh God, that's the worst. I gotta go. But I will leave you with that.
Yeah.
Let's circle back since it was such an asshole topic today.
Yeah.
So oh my God, thank you. I love it. So I'll leave you with this, Nixie. Okay, wait. If you ever get upset about anything you've done in your life or been through, right? Because you've been through hell, remember this. So people come to me and tell me their stories. I've heard stories all day long. And there's one particular one that just keeps showing up, but it's different, but it's with the same arena. People in the FBI and people in the CIA. The people that they've been with, they tell me that the story of, oh, my blah, 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 was my, brother, son, whatever, blah, blah, husband, boyfriend, eats dookie. For real, eats dookie. Wants to eat dookie, Nixie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what the hell you did in your life. I don't care. Did you have sex for money? I don't care. I don't care. No, you don't. Do you eat dookie? And they're like, oh, he was in the CIA and he was in the FBI. And now I'm like, oh, she ate dookie. Were they in some kind of like high range? And they're like, yeah, they were an officer in the whatever. And they were, I'm like, what the hell? It's like these high up people eating dookie. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Oh no! Hell to the no, to the point of wanting to. There's that thing that they do. Whatever you lay on a glass table and they'll lay under it and you poop on the glass table. I've never done this, but this is a thing, and that's one layer that they watch it. That's what they want to watch. But then the whole other layer is eating it. Listen. My thing is like,
so you can understand what you're saying is you can understand when somebody, like how something could be hot to someone, but it's not hot to you. But actually eating the dookie.
I'm like,
that's a tough one to grab.
I'm like, no, just no. And also, no respect. I got no respect for that. I'm like, you and your weirdo positions and your weirdo stuff. And also, you can link all those people back to child abuse. I'm like, listen, Thanks for the nightmares, Angela. I'm like, listen, I only tell you this so you can feel better about your own shit.
Hey-o!
But I'm bummed. Oh God, I love it. It's
That's
better.
what
It's healthier if you bake it. I'm like dookie eaters, man. Y'all, you got nothing. You're fine. You're fine.
They could buy the all-in-one thing because that would help them. Dookie, because it's.
Yeah, they should buy my outfit and never talk to me ever.
And never worry
sure.
about dooking and getting on anything.
I ain't playing with you. I'm not playing with you. That's what I said. Not playing with you. But you know what? All the insecurities that I ever had or like felt bad about things I've done in my life or whatever, I'm like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
cool. I've been
At least you
absolved.
didn't eat poop.
I'm like, I'd never ate dookie. Just
Yeah, you
don't
never.
eat dookie. I'm just like, whenever you feel bad about anything you have done in your life, let it be gone. It is gone from you. Amen.
Yeah.
You are absolved. You are completely cleared of all the shame
Yeah.
of it
Oh, yeah.
from
Don't have
ever.
shame on anything because
There's
shame
no
will bring you
shame.
down.
There's
Yeah.
no shame because you ain't eating dookie. You hear
And
me,
never,
Nixie?
and never should on yourself either.
And remember, we all have an asshole. I mean, wait, no, we're not.
Well,
We all
not everyone's
are
that
an
lucky, Angela. Not everyone's that blessed.
asshole. You're healed. See, Nixie, you got healed tonight. You got healed because you're not eating dookie.
Yeah.
You're
So
fine.
no shame. You're good.
You're cool. All right, we're gonna end on that. I love you.
Yeah. I
Well,
love you.
shit.
Buy the all-in-one blanket. And don't worry what you do.
Regenerate that shit. Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
funny. Thank you
Yeah.
for the face. I'm gonna go wash this off now
Well, you got to show it to your daughter because that, you know.
to prove it that I was on. I was on like this, and she's gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank y'all.
All right.
See you. I'll
I'll
see you
see
next
you.
Thursday. We do this on
Yeah,
Thursdays.
Truth Thursdays.
This is how we connect.
Thursday. Yeah.
Nice to see you. You look nice. Your hair looks nice. You look like you've been in the
Oh.
sun. You've been riding on your bike.
Riding bikes out in the sun. You know.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I miss you. I miss going
Yeah.
down there. I don't know if you knew this, but my studio that I used to have down there had a tornado go through it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Talk about oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't want to be in that anyway, so
Well,
that's a good bookend.
It was shit. It was so funny. So I'll come back and ride bikes. Love it.
Yeah.
Love you too, Nixie. Thank you.
See y'all.
All right. That was hilarious. All right. Bye.